Hello and welcome back to Shulchan HaRav. We continue in Hilchos Betzias HaPas, Siman Kuf Samech Zayin, and pick it up with Sif Dalad. Me Hilchos derech eretz. One of the halachas of acting appropriately is shalei livtza prusa katana, is to not cut a tiny piece, a tiny slice. Mipnei shenir kitzar ayin. It looks like a person's being stingy if they cut a thin slice. But also not bigger than the amount of an egg size. Then the egg size is like not the eggs of our generation, but like more like probably like a not an ostrich egg. It's too big, but larger, maybe two eggs of our size of like a regular chicken egg. Because if you do that, it looks like a person's being a glutton. And that's during the week, because you look like you're a glutton and you can't, you got to eat a bunch of food at once. On Shabbos, it's a mitzvah to cut a large slice, ideally one that would last you the entire meal. You don't have to keep cutting pieces. You cut like one large chunk of bread and eat it during the entire meal. And I don't know if he speaks about this here, but maybe later. Ideally, one should not be picking up that large slice with his hand and just munching right off that huge chunk. Rather, you should be picking off pieces with your fingers and putting in your mouth, but use the full chunk from the beginning of the meal. The ein lachish l'Rav, and if you make a large chunk, you cut off a large chunk on Shabbos, it does not look like gluttony. Kameshis bar Siman Reisha and Dallas will be explained later in Hilchos Shabbos Mitzvah. The kol zeh kisha levada. This only applies when a person is eating alone. If he's eating with other people, his family or guests or whatever, mitzvah min amuvchar, the best way to do this mitzvah is cut such a large chunk that everybody could technically be yotze with their amount that they need to eat with this piece that you're taking. Because that's the bracha you're making on that, the bracha, and not from the bread that's remaining after you cut it. So you cut a large chunk that's so large it could actually satisfy everybody at the meal. The amount of the slice from hamaitzi that one should make, whether he's the one doing the cutting, whether he's giving to everybody else. Some say make his eyes. It can't be less than a kizayis. And eat it all at once. Doesn't mean shove it in your mouth. It means eat it quickly. Some say you don't need a kizayis. I feel koshu roi because you have to make hamaitzi even on a tiny piece. V'dai should take prusas hamaitzi kechatzi's eyes. And when it comes to hamaitzi, half his eyes is large enough. Because if it's smaller than that, it's going to look like stinginess. And that is the minig that people cut a piece that's about the size of a half his eyes, and they give it out to each person, and then they eat. Well, like you say, they pick it off with their hands and you pick it off with your fingers and eat it from there. Don't lift up the whole piece and stick it in your mouth. Have a great day.